Good morning, goblins. Come with me as we recklessly move toward Halloween, when ghouls, monsters, and spirits roam the world of foolish mortals, seeking, forever searching for delicious candy. So, join me on this journey to an idiot's kitchen as we learn to make delectable seasonal sweets to sate the spawns of hell's insatiable hunger. And as always, all quantities are in the description. You may be thinking that making candy is difficult, an unattainable, impossible feat for an average person like yourself, that you'll be left to deal unprotected with the wrath of the specters of Halloween. But, with just a little bit of practice, all of these candies are really quite simple. Today, we'll be making pumpkin pie caramels with graham cracker crusts, marshmallows in a variety of seasonal flavors, and homemade Almond Joys and Mounds for the truly psychotic. Let's begin with our twist on pumpkin pies. To start, we'll need to make our pie crust. So take 170 grams of graham cracker crushed into a fine powder, to which you need to add 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon salt. Always add salt to your sweets. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Mix to thoroughly combine and add 4 ounces of melted butter. Stir to combine until your dough holds its shape when squeezed. Pack into the bottom of your greased, parchment paper lined pan of choice. I'm using an 8x8 pan, but use whatever you have available. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees and bake for 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown. It might feel a little soft, but it will harden as it cools. Allow to cool completely. Now for our filling, we'll need 1 cup maple syrup, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, a 1/4 cup agave, 1 teaspoon of our pumpkin pie spice, 4 teaspoons cinnamon, 2 teaspoons ginger, 1 teaspoon cloves, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon lemon juice, and 2/3 cup pumpkin puree, 1 tablespoon room temperature butter, and 1 teaspoon vanilla paste. Combine your syrup, sugar, agave, cream, spices, lemon juice, and salt in a saucepan over medium heat and brush down the sides with water to prevent crystallization. Using a candy thermometer, cook your mix unstirred until it hits 248 degrees. This should take about 18 minutes, but start checking at 15 just to be sure. Remove from the heat and carefully add your pumpkin puree. Mix to incorporate before returning to heat and bringing back to 240 degrees. Another 15 minutes or so. Remove from the heat and stir in the vanilla and butter before transferring to your completely cooled crust. Smooth and allow to cool to room temperature before removing from the pan and cutting into equal squares or into small wedges to further drive home the pumpkin pie aesthetic. Wrap in individual pieces of wax paper and let's move on. Marshmallows, 3 ways. We'll need 14.5 ounces of sugar, 1/3 cup agave, 2 egg whites, whipped into a stiff peak, 1 cup water, 1/2 for the syrup and 1/2 for 21.6 grams of gelatin, a 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1.5 teaspoons vanilla paste. Place your sugar, water, salt, and syrup into a pot and stir until the sugar is just moistened. Cover with a lid and place over medium heat. Cook for 2 minutes. Remove lid and brush down the sides with water or cover and cook for another minute. Clip your thermometer to the side and continue cooking until 242 to 245 degrees. While waiting, bloom your gelatin in the remaining 1/2 cup of water in the bowl of your stand mixer. This should be done at least 10 minutes before you're using it. Remove syrup from heat and pour slowly along the wall of the stand mixer bowl on medium-low speed. Once all the syrup is in your bowl and the gelatin has melted, increase to medium-high and mix until the marshmallows have doubled in size, about 3 to 5 minutes. before increasing to high speed for a further 3 to 5 minutes, or until 3 times their original volume. Should be done while your base is still warm. Grease your pan with butter and sprinkle with powdered sugar while finishing your marshmallows. Add your whipped egg whites along with your vanilla to your base and continue mixing on high for 1 minute. Using a greased spatula, move your marshmallow base to your pan and smooth the surface. Dust with powdered sugar and allow to set. Turn out onto a dusted surface and cut to shape, any you like. I'm making spooky little cube-shaped ghosts. Now, apple cider marshmallows. Exactly the same as the regular, except we're replacing the water with unfiltered apple juice. Add mulling spice, 2 teaspoons allspice, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon clove, 1/4 teaspoon ginger, 1/4 teaspoon dried orange peel, and a 1/4 teaspoon dried lemon peel to your syrup, and dust with a mixture of powdered sugar and your mulling spice. If you can find it or want to, add 1 teaspoon of citric acid along with the vanilla and egg whites to boost the apple flavor. Finally, my own totally original chocolate peanut butter marshmallows. These bear no resemblance to any candy ever invented by anybody, and if you should find anything like that, notify me immediately because they've stolen my idea. For the marshmallows, we'll need 1/3 cup and 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder divided, along with 1 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of water divided, 21.6 grams of gelatin, 2 cups sugar, and 3/4 cup agave. For the filling, we'll need 9 ounces creamy peanut butter, 3/4 cup crushed graham cracker, 6 tablespoons butter, and 1/4 cup powdered sugar. Heat peanut butter and butter in a microwave-safe dish in 15-second increments until melted, before mixing with the powdered sugar and graham crackers. Set aside. Line your pan with foil and grease. Set aside. Place 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons water into a microwave-safe bowl and heat for 2 minutes. Mix 1/3 cup cocoa powder into water with a whisk until dissolved. Bloom your gelatin as before, but cut the time in half. Place your cocoa mix into the stand mixer and mix on low until combined. Cook your water, agave, and sugar on medium-high until it reaches 240 degrees, brushing the pan occasionally with water to prevent crystallization. Turn mixer to low and slowly pour your hot syrup down the side of the bowl until completely incorporated. Slowly increase the speed to high and mix until the mixture runs in a thick, shiny stream when lifted from the bowl. Pour half into your prepared pan. Place your peanut butter in an even layer across the bottom half of your base and pour over the remaining mix. Smooth the surface and allow to set for 10 hours. Now, take 12 ounces of chocolate, dark or milk, your choice, and divide into 8 and 4 ounce piles. Heat 8 ounces in a microwave in 20 to 30 second bursts, stirring between until melted, glossy, and between 114 to 118 degrees for dark and 108 to 113 degrees for milk. Add the remaining 4 ounces slowly, stirring until the temperature reaches 88 to 89 degrees for dark and 85 to 86 degrees for milk, and all the remaining chocolate has melted. Cut your marshmallows into shapes. I'm doing square pumpkins because that's what Hershey's moving on. Dip into chocolate with a fork before gently setting on parchment paper, not a cooling rack, to set. And finally, for you sick maniacs, Almond Joy and Mounds. Take 221 grams of dried coconut, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract or paste, and as much condensed milk as needed to combine into a shapeable goop. Grease a plastic or glass container with coconut oil and pack mix into an even layer. Freeze for 1 hour, and futilely try to remove before just scraping out and shaping into little bars. Add almonds to however many you want, or don't, whatever you sickos. Temper chocolate as before, dip with fork, and place on parchment paper to set. Done. And with that, the demons of the night should be sated and allow you to live on for another day. Or maybe they'll just be annoyed that you didn't just buy the candy they wanted, and you'll have to suffer their punishment. If you enjoyed this ghoulish video, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and keep an eye open. Or else, happy Halloween.